welcome back to my channel. This week I am so excited that I am going to be bringing you a bridal tutorial. I think this is like my most requested video over on my Instagram. So if you like it, please don't forget to comment below, like and subscribe, and please keep watching. I'm going to start the face. I've already moisturized the skin with a Bare Minerals Hydrating Moisturizer, and I'm going to go straight in with my Laura Mercier Hydrating Primer. You just want the skin to be super hydrated. Obviously, when you're working on brides, you want it to last all day. And you just want the skin to just be super even and dewy. Do you use primer every day?
Yes.
Do you? You're really good with it?
Every day.
Because you do makeup tutorials as well, don't you?
I wouldn't say tutorial. I just do it on myself and let people watch.
But I like it.
Really?
Yeah. Guys, I'm going to link her YouTube and Instagram below so you can see. But
check it out, guys.
Because you mainly do it on Instagram?
Yeah. I do it on Instagram, or I'll do like get ready with me, just like talking about my day on YouTube.
That's super fun.
Just relax, yeah. I don't know many tips and tricks, so maybe you'll teach me some today.
For the brows today, I'm going to be using my Lingering Eye Pencil from MAC. I'm just going to be going upwards strokes just to fill them out. And I'm also just going to be elongating them slightly at the edges just to make them look a little bit fuller and longer. To brush out the brows, I'm going to be using my Bobbi Brown Clear Brow Gel, and I find this is literally amazing. So it's not as obviously strong as soap brow, but it'll just help to give you a really beautiful feathery brow. I find there's so many bad brow products out there that just don't make anything stay. To prime the eyes today, I'm just going to be using the Viseart eye primer, and this is just like a clear gel, and I'm just going to be buffing it all over the lid. To go over the eye and just to prep it, I'm going to be taking my NARS Creamy Concealer. I'm going to be applying that all over the lid and just under the brow just to sharpen it. Today I'm just going to be using my Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly HIlls, and just to set the base, I'm just going to use the Tempera eyeshadow, which is basically just a really kind of like clear, brightening eyeshadow. And obviously when you're doing a bridal look, you just want everything to look quite bright, quite romantic, and just quite fresh. The second colour I'm going to go in is this slightly like pinky purpley shade, which is called Beyond Fresco, and I'm still going to be using my Zoeva 227. I'm going to be using this shade just in the eye socket just to buff it in. So for brides, I like to always, obviously if they want like quite a fresh look, I just always add a touch of pink, just because, like I'm gonna say it again, it just adds a little bit like romantic feel to it. Obviously, unless your bride wants a super harsh smoky eye. And then next I'm gonna go in with my burnt orange, which is a warmer color, and I'm gonna go over the pink just to create a little bit of depth and just to create a little bit of shading. These two colours mixed together are so beautiful. I'm going back and forth with this burnt orange colour, and obviously guys, you can take your time with this. I think when you're especially doing with a bridal, it's really important you're taking time with it because you need it to last all day. It's not like when you're on set, you're with your client, your model all day, so you can quickly run in and add in. I mean, once your bride's left, I think you obviously can't top up the rest of the day unless obviously you're staying. So you can go back and forth with this shade until you're happy with the colour. And then once you're happy with the colour, I'm just going to go in with this slightly darker, very darker shade called the Cypress Umbra, which is like a dark brown. And in circular motions, I'm going to be buffing that into the corner. And what I want is like a really nice fade, kind of from light to dark towards the ends. So I'm just going back and forth with this dark brown, and I'm just slowly building that colour up. And as it's being mixed with a pinky and like this warm shade, I'm just getting a really nice, like a pinky brown colour, which I just think is perfect for a bride. And you can just make sure you're really blending it out so it looks super soft. I'm going to be using this singular eyeshadow called Glisten by Anastasia Beverly HIlls, and I'm just going to be applying it all over the lid, so it just meets the darker shadows in the corner. And this just adds, I feel like this just adds like a bridal touch to the makeup. And also you can bring it down right into the tear ducts. And just open for me. So that when you open, you can see that the lighter shadow just really highlights the corner of the eyes. For eyeliner today, I'm just going to go in with my Anastasia Beverly HIlls liquid black liner, and just with a small thin eyeshadow brush, I'm just going to add a really fine line and just bring up the flick slightly. And this is only because sometimes I feel when you do brides and you don't add a line and you just leave it with shadow, in photos you kind of lose the eye a little bit. And we're taking the eyeliner on the other side as well. I just start in the corner by bringing the eyeliner down, and then I'm just going to join it underneath and just bring it out. And then you just create the shape, and then I bring it back towards the lash line. And if you look down for me, that line, and I just connect it from the corner all the way across. And next I'm just going to go in and just curl the lashes. For mascara today, I'm just going to take my Smashbox Fan Mascara, and I'm going to go in and coat the lashes. And then as this is a bridal look, I feel like I just picked up your accent then. Because this is a bridal look, I'm going to be using individuals. So I never, ever, ever use strip lashes on brides unless they really do request it. Only because I think when you're looking down in photos and you get that shine on the eyelash, there is absolutely nothing worse. And sometimes, obviously because the bride has this look on for like over 12 hours and the corner comes out and there's just nothing worse. Have you ever seen girls when their lashes are half off? I mean, there's nothing worse. So I'm going to start with these individual lashes and look down for me. And I'm going to apply medium ones in the corner, and then I'm going to go to short and then extra short. So I'm going to do about 4 of these. Then I'm going to go in with the short. So they're the same brand. I actually just got these from a hair shop in Shepherd's Bush in West London. Look down for me. And these are honestly like my favorite lashes. They're super thick. I sometimes find the eyeliner ones, although they're great and I do love to use them, can be a bit thin and wispy, but I feel like these are slightly more blacker and just slightly darker. So I've done 2 of the short ones. And what's the important thing about the individual lashes is making sure you have the exact same space between each lash in order for them to look even. And then last but not least, I'm going to go in with the mini ones, which are really short. I'm going to just go down this way. And I'm going to just apply 2 just in the corners. And that way you get like kind of like a perfect fan of eyelashes. So now I'm going back in with shadows, and if you just look up for me, I'm going to be doing the same what I did on the top and the bottom. So I'm going to go first in with the pinky shade. I'm going to go in with the slightly warmer shade. And then I'm just going to take the darkest shade and just add that to the corner and just blend it out. Obviously with brides, if you don't, sometimes they want a super natural look. So they wouldn't want to maybe have such dark on the bottom, but I just feel this helps to really define the eyes. And once the whole look is finished, I think it's nice having a little bit of dark shadow on the bottom. And then I'm going to go back in with the Glisten that we used in the corner of the eyes, and I'm just going to bring it halfway across the eyes just to really make it pop and just to really add that bridal touch. And then I'm going to go straight in with my mascara and look up for me and just add some mascara to the bottom lashes. Wow, your bottom lashes are really long.
I know, everyone tells me that.
Do you wear mascara on the bottom?
Yeah, always.
Yeah, there's nothing, and you can never have too much mascara. For skin today, I'm going to be taking my Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder Glow. And I think this is just perfect for brides. This is great for brides that have got beautiful skin. So Pia's got the most amazing skin. Obviously, we've prepped it with moisturizer and primed it. I'm just going to be buffing it all over with my Rodial brush. So the thing is with this foundation, it's got good coverage, it will last, and also it looks slightly dewy, so it's not too matte. So So this brush is great, so it just really helps to like buff it in. And obviously because it's quite big, it just covers quite a good amount of surface area, so it's not going to give you a really heavy coverage in one particular area. It will just help to just give a really light coverage, but just all over the skin. For concealer, I'm going to be using my NARS Creamy Concealer, and this is honestly one of my favourite concealers, just to use in general, but also on brides. I don't find it's too cakey, and it doesn't really crease. Obviously, if you've got super dry eyes and slightly more mature skin, I feel sometimes it does, but on sort of like a client like Pia, I think it would just look so flawless. And I just find that it comes up really nice in images. So I'm literally just buffing it underneath the eye. You can buff it slightly into the shadow just to diffuse it, and also just bring it down onto the face. And obviously, because this is a bride, you can afford to add a little bit more, just because we've gone that's so light on the skin with the Wonder Glow, you can afford to add a little bit more concealer. And also just take it down to the chin as well. To set the skin, I'm just going to be using the Airbrush Flawless Finish by Charlotte Tilbury. And I'm going to be putting that all over. And obviously, because this is a bridal look, I'm just using slightly more than just a translucent powder, just because I want to give a little bit extra coverage. And obviously, I want it to last all day. For contour, I'm going to be using the Sculpt powder by MAC. And I'm just going to be applying that underneath the cheekbones, just to give a little bit of definition. And also, this is a really good colour for the skin tone as well. It's not too dark, it's not too light, but it's a little bit cool, which is kind of all you want when you're doing your contour. And for bronzer, I'm going to be taking the Laura Mercier in Bronze 2, and I'm going to be going over that contour. I'm just going to use this Bobbi Brown brush. I've literally had this Bobbi Brown brush forever. Have you ever had any? They last so well.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're one of my faves. And I'm going to be doing that on both sides. Just really blend that out, and also underneath the chin. For blusher, I'm going to be taking the First Love, and this is one of my favourite bridal tutorials blushes. So it's like a pinky shade, and I love giving a bride like a really nice pinky flush. And what I tend to do with a bride is just add a touch more blusher, only because I feel like colour fades throughout the day. When you do your makeup in the morning, you never look the same at the end of the day. Do you find that? So I just want to add a touch more pink, just add a little colour, and just to really add to that bridal look. To finish this look, I'm going to be doing a nude lip on the bride. This is one of my favourite nude lips that I do on all my brides. So I'm going to be using Boldly Bare as a lip liner, which is one of my favourites, which is like a really gorgeous pink colour. Do you often wear pink?
Like a pinky nude.
Yeah. So I'm overdrawing the lips a little bit. And normally, I would probably say like 80% of the time, I do try and use like a liquid matte or a demi matte lipstick on my brides, just because it dries and it stays. What I don't want to be doing is just putting a gloss, say, on a bride, and then they go, and within about 10 minutes it's gone. So at least if you're doing a liquid lipstick as a base, it will last a little bit longer. And I'm going to be putting that all over. So this is called Crush, and this is honestly one of my faves. I've gone through so many of these just from working on brides. It is just a really gorgeous pinky nude. And then last but not least, I'm going to be using the Turkish Delight gloss by NARS. And as you can see, it's super pink, but I'm just going to be applying a little bit on top, just to really bring out the lips. So last but not least on the lips, because I've got one more thing to do, which I'm super excited to show you, but I'm just going to go with my MAC Clear Gloss. And I'm just going to be applying that over the liquid lipstick by Huda Beauty. And I just find that really helps to bring the lips out. So I'm super excited that I'm going to be using the new Patrick Chart We Love Her Pink Pearl Spray On Highlighter. So I'm just going to be covering the eyes slightly. And then I'm just going to spray a little bit on the cheekbones. And as you can see, it just gives a really gorgeous, nice pearlescence. And we've also done it on the other side. You can see where it catches the light. It just gives a gorgeous highlighter. And you could also put a little bit on the body if you wanted just to highlight that skin.